Hello, I'm Uta. I'm a German entrepreneur living in the US with my family of four, and I'm here to help you save more and make more with the things and the talents that you already have so that we can all hopefully retire in 10 to 15 years. My goal is to retire with 45, that's 13 years to go. And this channel is all about finding a frugalistic lifestyle that works for you. So today's video is about my extreme frugal living habits that saved a lot of money over the last years. It's a new setting. We already moved, and I'm going to show you in another video our minimalistic home here in the US. But for now, I want to share with you some of the most extreme frugal things I do that you may or may not have heard of already. And so over time, they add up massively. And if you're serious about financial freedom, I would say these are some mindset shifts or just practical things that are just good to know. So let's dive in. So one of the first things I do is I squeeze every little thing out of my cosmetics. Those tubes of lotion, face cream, or even toothpaste, or just concealer, and I cut them open to make sure I really use 100% of them. I cut them open, I flip them, and I have some little spatulas which I use to get the most out of the packages. So it might sound small, but over years that really adds up. Plus you are saving the environment. So another thing is repurposing of items. When I see something that I want to buy, I always ask myself, do I have something similar at home, or do I have something what I can repurpose, or what I can change a little bit to alter it a little bit so that it fits this purpose and which I can use for this purpose, so I don't have to buy it new. I am using the baby clothes from when my kids were infants. Today they're my go-to kitchen towels, cleaning rags, or I even use them as window cloths. And that saves a ton of money on paper towels. One nice example is that I just took an old drawer, I painted it a little bit, and put one of my son's old baby nests in it. And this is our cat bed. So I saved easily $40 or $50 by just repurposing what I already had. And sometimes it's really fun to get a little bit creative about what you already have. I know some of my American viewers will feel really uncomfortable with this topic, but in Europe, we don't really have AC. Some people have it, and I think more and more people are considering to get an AC, but still it's very uncommon. And here, every single house has an AC, and I get it. We live in the South, we need an AC here in summer, but also in summer, I set the AC on 77 Fahrenheit. That's like 25 Celsius, and I think that's a comfortable temperature. I don't have to be freezing in my own home. I know that a lot of Americans put it on 66 or 68, and then you have a high contrast from the air outside where it's 100 degrees, and you go inside where it's 68, and it's not really good for the environment because you use a lot of electricity, and it really ends up in a very high electricity bill, and I don't want either of it. We just set it on 77, 78, and it's a small adjustment, but it drastically reduces our energy bill. You can still use a ceiling fan, which uses way less energy than the AC, and you can open just the windows at night. That's what we in Europe do, and I love it. It's so nice to have the fresh air inside. Or just do it in the morning, open all the windows, let the fresh and cold air inside to save a little bit on your electricity bill. So this is really a little bit embarrassing, but I still have a lot of gift wrapping paper and a lot of ribbons and laces from our wedding, which was 6 years ago. But there are so many gifts, and I really refuse to throw it all away because there were so many beautiful things and decorations for gifts. And I just packed every ribbon, every gift bag, every box in another box, and it gets stored carefully and will be reused over the years. Same with when the boys have a birthday party, or I just collect all the birthday packing things and put it in a box and reuse it. So that saves resources and a lot of money. I am actually planning on doing a full video tour of our house here because I managed to furnish the whole house with like $3,000 on furniture, because I was nearly only buying secondhand furniture or upcycling some furniture. So furniture doesn't have to be super expensive. A dresser or a table can easily cost $500 new, and you could get this on eBay or Marketplace for $30, $40, $50. Sometimes people would give it to you for free. More in our hallway, I got it for free. I just gave the guy who wanted to get rid of it $10 for the delivery, and then I just painted it, and now we have a beautiful piece in our hallway. And so just search for it on Facebook Marketplace and you will find plenty of stuff. So you will find used furniture for $50, repainted, maybe swap the hardware, put some nice wallpaper inside to make it a little bit more decorative, and then it looks brand new. Or maybe it doesn't really look brand new, but it has a lot of more character and it's a lot of more personal, and it adds way more style to your home as well. You pretty likely already had the situation where you bought something, for example, for your hair, you tried a new shampoo, and then you realized, oh, this doesn't really work out for me. And then you probably threw the rest away or gave it to friends, or maybe it just sits in your cabinet and it's rotting and it's waiting for you to pay attention to it. So I'm all about multitasking products. So you can use shampoo as a body wash. You can use hand lotion that you don't use anymore as a body lotion. You can use men's razors. If your husband doesn't use his razors anymore, you can easily use them as well. Or even buy the men's razors immediately because they are way cheaper than the ones for women. So don't really stick to these shampoo is a shampoo and the shower gel is a shower gel. You can use it in so many ways. You can use shower gel as dish soap. Don't think in boxes. So just see the product as what it is and not what the label says it is. So you can really save a lot of money just by using up the products that you already have in your cupboard that are not being used for what they originally were intended to be used, but you can just use it for whatever you like. It's yours. So all of these habits might seem tiny or maybe a little bit obsessive, but here's the key. It's the consistency over the years. If you start this now while you're in your 20s, it can easily sum up to a way higher amount than you would ever dream of. And plus, you learn how to live with less. So you are learning to consume way less and be satisfied with less. So the amount you actually need to retire earlier is shrinking as well, because you see, oh, I don't really need those $100 a month for my skincare products. Maybe I only need $20 or $30. So you don't really need as much money anymore to retire. So just consider every product used up, every item repurposed. Just see it as an investment on your bank account. It just slightly adds up over the years. It compounds just like money does in your investment account. Frugality isn't about being miserable. It's just about considering what resources you already have, using those resources in a reasonable way. So it's about resourcefulness. It's about thinking about what you really want to do with your life, what you're really intentionally spending your money on. It's not about extreme frugality. It's just about investing in clever things, repurposing smart what you already have, and to think a little bit more about your stuff. Don't just throw stuff away. Get creative, and it can really be fun to become creative with what you already have. And it can turn out into really cool things. For example, my husband built me a whole greenhouse. A storm in northern Germany shattered my old greenhouse, and he just took all the old pieces and built me a new one with some other pieces he collected from our neighborhood. For example, old windows. And I can show you a picture of the pretty cool greenhouse. So he made out of nothing a lot more than I ever expected him to make out of this greenhouse. So if you want to achieve financial independence, just look at every item in your home and ask yourself, can I use this longer? Can I use it in more ways? Can I use it maybe different than it was originally intended to? The answers might surprise you, and your future self will really be thankful. So all right, that's it for today. These are my extremely frugal habits that I did over the past 10 years probably already. And if you found these tips helpful, please give me a subscribe and a like and hit the bell so you don't miss more frugal living strategies from a German living in the US. Let me know in the comments what extreme frugal things you are doing in your life to save money. I'm really curious about what I can learn from you, and maybe we can just exchange tips and save even more to retire even earlier. See you in the next video. Bye.